everyone. Good afternoon. It's Kayla with the Celebration Company. Happy Thursday. I hope you're having a great day. Today is Thrifty Thursday, and we are going to make over a thrift store find. I have got this little ceramic bird, and we are going to jazz this thing up a little bit. We're going to take it from just kind of boring to really pretty. And I'll be honest with you, I was real torn because I can see this painted in gold and it being so beautiful, but I want to give y'all something different, okay? So we're going to try something different, and I don't even know if this is going to work out. I don't even know if this is going to look any good because I am not much of a painter, but we'll see how it turns out, okay? I can do more faux finishy type things. I struggle more with the more artistic side of painting. But we're gonna play with this and see what we can come up with. And we're gonna try and transform this bird and make it look a little more of a colorful type bird. Not colorful, but we're gonna add some color to it, okay? And then we're gonna finish it with our triple thick so that it has more of that shiny, ceramic look. Okay, so that's the goal. We'll see how it turns out. And who knows, it may or it may not look good. I don't know, so we're gonna find out. So when you hop on, say hey, let me know you're watching. My comments are working, so that is very good. Happy Thursday. Hello Stacy. Hi Gail. Hey Maxine. Hello Dale. Hey Linda. Good afternoon. Hi Dorothy. She says cold and windy in Ohio. Sunny here, and it's 38 here, so it's actually a little nice. I told Griffin it's the calm before the storm. Everybody's talking about the snow this weekend. Hey Rosemarie, hi Danae, hey Gloria, hi Sandy, hey Nancy, hey Gina from Arizona, hi Aletta, hey Carol, hello Kathy, hi Lynn, hey Susan and Pam and Terry and Deborah and Jean. Teresa says we're supposed to get 15 inches of snow in Jersey on Sunday. Hey, Rhonda. Hi, Heidi and Lori and Kay and Patricia. We are, they have said all kinds of different numbers. But the one I think I've heard the most is about 8 inches. So we'll see. Same here, Rhonda. This snowstorm is affecting so many states. Isn't it? It's so many states. It is this huge storm that's coming in. And I feel like everybody is expecting this weather to hit this weekend. Of course, some of you are more prepared for it than others. We will most likely not have school a lot next week, if I had to guess. We didn't have school today, actually. So yesterday and today, and there's literally no snow on the ground. We did not have school today. That just shows you the difference. Like, we're just not prepared. Apparently, I think there might have been some wrecks this morning, and there was some black ice, and the police department apparently told the school to call it off. So we didn't go to school today. We had NTI today. But so I have to expect that we won't go to school all next week because it's also supposed to get very cold. And if it's a certain degree of coldness, they will also close school. So who knows? I don't know if we're ever going back to school at this point. Hi, Stephanie. Hey, Gina. She says, beautiful weather in Arizona. Storm is coming. Yes, it is. 74, but getting cold. I'm jealous, Danae. 10 to 13 inches in Ohio. I hear you, Sandy. I hear you. It's crazy, isn't it? Just crazy. All right, someone said they like my sweater. Thank you so much. I bought this sweater when we were playing with boutiques and stuff and playing with clothing. And I got this sweater from one of the boutiques. And it was we only had one size left of it. And it was an extra large. But it is perfect because our school colors and Griffin's football colors are black and gold. And so I had to have it. And we actually adjusted this sweater during a live one day. And we cut the sleeves. The sleeves are still a little bit too long. But we cut the sleeves to give the sleeves a fringe, and then we also cut the hem as well to give the hem a fringe. And it was like really long on me, and so now it's just this super cute little baggy sweater. I also did the collar as well. Is yours black and gold too, Stacy? I love the black and gold. Maybe it's because I grew up on it. I don't know, but I love the black and gold. All right, let's get to it. Let's see what we can come up with, okay? So we're going to, I've got this little bird here. It's from the thrift store. I don't know how much I paid for it. Pink sticker, whatever that is. I have another one. We're just going to do one. I've got this one. This one I might do in gold. And this one I did not wash, so it's still dirty. We're going to use this one today. And we're going to add some color to it, okay? Oh my goodness. See, that's why I don't live in Minnesota. Why I will never live in Minnesota, because that's absurd. Absolutely absurd. Okay, so this is winter blue. I'm just grabbing several different colors, okay? We're just going to play. This is foliage green. We're going with blues and greens. Oh my gosh, Kay. Do y'all close school for those kind of temperatures? Because here, school would absolutely be closed. We absolutely would not have school if it was that cold. Not a chance. This is a brighter blue. This is vivid blue, but I don't want it to be that bright. So I'm actually going to take some raw umber, and we're going to mix it with some raw umber to make it more of a navy. Yay! That's so great. I'm so glad to hear that. Wonderful news, Teresa. I'm going to add a little bit of a different green too. I'm going to do Hauser medium green. And I'm also going to put some white. I'm going to actually add some light buttermilk, just kind of the color of the bird now. We're just giving myself some options here, okay? Heidi, that is, my brain can't even fathom how cold that is, legit. I don't even know what that feels like because I have never experienced that. My brain doesn't, I can't fathom how cold that is, honestly. It's rare to get into the single digits here, praise the Lord. It's supposed to get into the single digits next week, but typically it's only in the evenings when it gets that cold. All right, y'all, here's what we're doing. We're going to paint onto the little feathers and stuff. I'm going to use my little sleeve things that one of y'all got me. I want to say it was Mary Lee Davis, but I could be wrong. And you put them on like that, and then you can roll your sleeves up and it holds your sleeves so they don't fall. I understand, Stacy. I'm cold all the time. The other night, we have a window that needs to be replaced in the front of our house, and you can feel the cold air coming in. And the other night, I could not get warm. It was fairly cold outside, but I just could not get warm. I had blankets wrapped around me and over top of me and everywhere, and I just couldn't get warm. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. We're going to start with the wings. And I'm just going to start adding some paint. And I'm really just winging this. No pun intended. Okay, so I'm just kind of adding some paint on like that. I think for the wings here, I'm going to do, there's kind of some layers. So I think I'm going to paint those layers of the wings for this part. So this first little layer here, and I'm just going to do one coat because I think one coat is going to make it look more ceramic-like. Okay, so I'm just painting like that. And then I'm going to try and get underneath as well, or at least part of it. Because that's going to show a bit. Okay. Like that. Uh-oh. Who lost somebody? Oh, Glenda. Oh, I'm so sorry, Glenda. I'm sorry to hear that. Hi, Carol. Good to see you. Thanks for hopping on. Everybody's doing good. They're extremely vintage. All right, so we're gonna get the other one, and I'm painting it the same color of green. And again, we're just doing one coat because I want that sort of transparent look. All right. Okay, so just like that. Then for the next layer, we're gonna fade into some blues, I think. I might add just a little bit of this green. Just at the base of the wing a little, just to add a little darkness. At the base of where I added the first color of green. And I'm just kind of fading that out. Okay. Can y'all see that? Then we're going to go in with a darker shade of blue. So I'm going to mix a blue here. Y'all, I did not clean my brush. I'm just adding raw umber to this vivid blue. And then I'm going to add some white to it because I don't want it to be that dark. Okay, and we're going to start into the rest of this wing with the blue. And we're going to kind of fade it out of it as we work our way down. And so I've got the blue. I'm going to now go in with this lighter blue and just kind of work those two together. so that it's kind of a little bit of a variegated effect. And working my way down to white, or to this cream, or a very light shade of blue. So then I'm going to grab this cream and come in at the bottom here. I'm going to kind of remove some of the paint off my brush so I can work this out. Okay. Oh, really, Carol? All right. That looks cute. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm out of my blue, so let me get some more blue going here. Okay. Hey, Jackie. Hi, Tina. All right, so we're starting closest to the green with the darker blue. And then we're adding the lighter blue and just kind of mixing those together. And then we're adding the cream down here at the bottom. And then you're just going to sort of blend it all together. I'm going to try and remove some of the paint off my brush here. Let's see if I can grab so I can blend this together a little better if I remove the paint. Okay, I'm going to just add a bit more white down here at the bottom. All right. So we've got that. So now we're going to do the tail, and we're going to do the same thing with the tail. Except with the tail, we have to feather it out even more. But again, we'll start with this green up at the top here on this first level. And this is foliage green that I'm using. I'm going to do the back as well. Okay, and then we'll take the darker green and we'll just add it in at the base of those feathers and just kind of feather it out. just adding a little bit of variation because, you know, feathers aren't all the same color. It's looking pretty cute, don't y'all think? Okay, so then let's move into the blue. Again, that blue is drying up so fast. I'm a little bit nervous about the blue. It dries really fast. And I want it to have that natural fade out. I'm kind of just taking my brush back over this and just trying to feather those colors together. And we'll come back and we'll do the back after we get the front done. Okay, and then for that next layer, I'm going in with the cream. And I'm just kind of wiping my brush off and then just sort of pouncing over top to blend those together. And I'm going to go in with a clean brush and do another layer of cream to just kind of fan that out so that it just kind of goes into that white. Does that make sense? Like that. Can y'all see that? That's looking pretty. What do y'all think? Hello, Sandra. I'm from Kentucky. Thanks for joining me today. We're making over a thrift store bird. This is the bird. Looked like this, except this is a different posture. And we're just jazzing it up a little bit. I don't typically go for, you know, colors like this, but I just wanted to do something different to show you all something different. Okay, so let's move on. We'll do the back the same way, the back of the bird. So we're going to get that darker blue again. Which I don't have much of that left. I'm going to have to mix some more. I'm just working in layers. So then I'm taking the paint off my brush, going in with this lighter blue. And then again, I'm going to remove the paint from my brush, and then I'm just kind of taking my brush and just sort of dabbing it in between the two layers to blend them together. Okay, and then we're going to go in with the white. Again, removing the paint. Just blend those together. And then I'm taking the brush that I'm using just for the white, and we're going to do that down here at the bottom so that it just kind of blends into white. And then I think I'm going to take a bigger brush and I'm just going to paint the rest of this down here with this white. So everything just kind of blends together. Okay. Now, before I get up to the head, y'all, I washed this a little bit ago, and so it's dripping some water. Before I get up to the head, I want to add some color to the head as well. This color I'm using is light buttermilk. Initially, I didn't think I was going to paint the whole thing, but I think it just worked out best that I do. That's how it's looking. It's looking really good. Marlene, keep your eyes out at thrift stores. Alabaster birds. They are ceramic. They don't have any markings on them or anything other than made in China. Okay. So now let's do the head. And for the head, I think I want to start with blue. So let's get a blue made. And I just kind of want it just at the top, kind of almost like a mohawk a little bit, kind of coming down. So I'm going to kind of add some, and then I'm going to remove the paint from my brush, and then I'm going to take the white and put it down the side so that I can feather that out. So then I'm going to take this brush that's got the white on it. And I'm trying to just kind of blend all that together. I'm going to grab another clean brush. Where is my white? They're from Home Interior. That sounds right. Okay, I'm going to grab another clean brush with more white. Because I just want to really feather this out so that it looks like it's going into white. That way, the rest of it can be painted with that white. Okay, so you can kind of see. Can y'all see what I'm talking about? And then I'll do the same thing on this other side. Okay. All right, so we're getting there. So then I'm going to keep going, and we're going to add some of this lighter blue. And I'm just bringing that out a little bit more. And again, using the white to blend that out around the edges. And this ain't gonna be perfect, y'all. Like I said, I'm not a pro painter by no means. I'm just trying to blend this all out a bit. This bigger brush is actually helpful to do that. So something like that. What do y'all think? I don't know, I feel like I keep messing it up. All right, let me get another brush. Okay, I'm gonna grab some of the white and get some of that filled in there. See, and then this part, I'm just gonna take this brush as I get up to where the blue is and just sort of feather that out. So from the back side, it just kind of fades out. But right up here, it's blue, right at the top of his head. All right, I'm gonna need a smaller brush. That one's not gonna do it. Let me grab a smaller brush to get the rest of this in here painted with the white. And then we are just about ready to move on to the next step. This one's hard to do because you got to get up under the wings. Y'all, I know y'all are commenting and I'm missing it because I'm sitting here with my head down painting. I'm sorry. So what about the beak? Should I do the beak? Are you going live? Be the cruise with Dina and group. Are we going on the cruise? Yes, we are. Was that the question you were asking? What color should the beak be? I don't really want to do it orange. What about black? Would that make sense? Or even the raw umber? Let me see if I can find a little detail brush. All right, so we'll go with raw umber. Just got a little detail brush here. It's got a long beak. I don't know what kind of bird it is, but he's got a really big nose. I think this was a good call. Good thing this is the back side. All right. The front side looks really good. So let's dry it, and then we're going to put on the finishing touches. Hang on, I see a spot here that needs... Okay. All right, let's dry it. Hey, Regina. Some spots have more coverage than others. I'm not worried if some parts aren't covered completely, because I feel like ceramic pieces aren't generally completely covered. It's a dove. Well, it's now pink and green dove. The bird of our imagination is what it is. Trying to make sure all of it is dried, because we don't want it to be wet when we move on to the next step. All right. It looks really cute though. So you could leave it just like that, but we're gonna take our triple thick and we're gonna give this a coat of triple thick, or 2 coats, but I'm only gonna do 1 coat on our live for sure. All right, so we're just going to, the triple thick is available on our website. It is gonna make this look like a ceramic piece, like a shiny ceramic piece. And so I think it's just gonna really make it pop. So you put this stuff on fairly thick. Uh-oh. That's not a good brush to use because it apparently has a little red paint in it. Let me try this one. Some red or some pink or something. I feel like this brush was doing the same thing. That's right, Lucy. Here's the thing about creativity. It doesn't have to make logical sense in the real world whenever you're crafting, you know. That's my philosophy, at least. That's how I feel. It doesn't have to be logical. So I'm just getting a nice thick coat, and it's looking gorgeous. Love it. And it just makes everything just pop. I think I've got it. Okay, look at that, y'all. Isn't that pretty? Sandra, like air dry clay. I used to work with it all the time, but I haven't in a long time. Maybe that's what it is. You're right. That's what it is, Deborah. It's from the plate. It's picking the pink right off that plate. So I won't be able to dry this completely, but I'm going to see if I can't get it dried a little bit. I think this turned out really pretty. I love it. I'll show you all the before and the after. I love that triple thick. Makes such a difference. And it just makes everything look like shiny ceramic. Look at that. So this is what it looked like before. And this is what it looks like now. How fun is that? I mean, y'all, with birds that you get at the thrift store, there are so many things you could do. This is not something that I would typically, when I saw these, I thought brass, which this one is probably going to end up looking like brass. But I thought it would be fun to try something different, and I'm glad we did, because I just love how that turned out. Isn't that beautiful? And you could do any colors that you wanted to. Any colors. I love it. So there you go. Yes, perfect for spring. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you all enjoyed this. I will see y'all tomorrow. If you're a DIY darling, I'll see y'all tonight for our DIY decor box tutorial. Otherwise, I'll see y'all tomorrow.